Hey, it's your girl Liv, and as you can tell by the title of this video, I was hired at USPS as a CCA. Please do not mind because I am driving, but I really just wanted to get this video out just to give you guys some information regarding the job. Again, I was hired as a CCA, and so basically what that details. Okay, so I'll just start from the beginning about the starting point. So basically, I was working at another job. I applied for the position of a CCA, which was on Indeed, and I applied on December 3rd, and I got my orientation on January 25th. And basically what I did was I did my fingerprints, I did my background check, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and you don't have an interview for that position as well. So you don't have an interview. And you know, that's pretty much how long it takes. You know, some people could take a lot longer, so I was grateful that I did get it so fast. And right after, so I did my fingerprints about a week and a half before I got a phone call for my orientation date, which was on the 25th. I started orientation. My orientation was at 7:30. We had to be there at 7:30. Well, pretty much 7:15 to make it on, well, to find parking and stuff like that. But for my area, it wasn't too bad parking. So I got there. We started orientation. We signed a few documents. We were speaking with our facilitator and our instructor, who went over just about the introduction of USPS, when it started, how it started, how long it's been around, and things like that. We went over, you know, just preparing us for the first day of working. We also went over, let me see, because I have my notes that I had took in class. We went over how to operate, how they operate as a business. We took our oath of office, and that was pretty much the first day of introduction. We watched a lot of videos, so expect to be bored. Yeah, expect to be bored. But yeah, we didn't really go over too much on the first day of orientation. They talked about like safety, making sure you're on time, following directions and things like that. But most of all, they just want to make sure that you're safe. So going into that, when you do your orientation, make sure on the first day that you have the proper shoes, because they will call you out about your shoes. Make sure you have some leather closed shoes. Leather, no nylon, no, like if you have leather tennis shoes, that's cool, but just no regular tennis shoes, no Nikes and all that other stuff. You can go to Walmart and get you some boots. You can even go to Walmart, because I had got me, just on a pinch, I had got me some tennis shoes that were made in leather, because when you go to your shadow day, you don't know what type of weather you're going to be. It could be snowing, it could be, you know, raining. On my day, it had rained the day before, so it was a lot of puddles, a lot of, yeah, just wetness. But yeah, so why do I still have that on? I'm so sorry. So yes, attire, they're not really too crazy about it. Just don't wear like no graphic tees or anything, like a long sleeve shirt, short sleeve shirt, some jeans. You really could wear anything as far as clothing, because they don't really care. They're just more, they care more about your shoes more than anything. But that was pretty much what we did on the first day of orientation. On the second day of orientation, we watched more videos. We talked to investigator. We talked to our union rep. When you speak to your union rep, please make sure you ask all the questions, okay? Because what they're going to do, they're going to come in and give you just a little bit of information, like the basics, but they don't really go into depth unless you ask. So make sure if you have any questions, make sure you ask those questions, because you won't get an answer just from them just telling you. So make sure you ask questions. So they went over, we asked questions about safety. How do we keep ourselves safe? The only thing that we can use is dog spray that they supply to us. We cannot bring our own weapon. Somebody in our class asked if we're able to conceal carry. No, we're not able to conceal carry. They say you have to use other ways in order to protect yourself, which I find crazy, but it is what it is. They went over, basically, we went over the amount for my area. I'm in Virginia. The dues are $26 every paycheck. So that's why I say ask your questions on what they can and can't do for you, because why would you want to be spending money if you don't feel like they can help you out of certain situations? I'm going to personally sign up for it, and as I go on, I might subtract myself from it just in case, because once I get it, because within 90 days they can fire you for anything. So if you sign up for the union within the 90 days, it's going to be much harder for them to just fire you unless you do something crazy like throwing away the mail and stuff like that. If you do that, you're going straight to jail, and that's federal. Okay, that's federal charges. That's not no city jail. That's not none of that. You're going straight to prison. But yes, we did make sure you ask questions on how they handle COVID. We did. My class did. Well, it was only a few of us in the class because they split us up between RCAs and CCAs. So we had about 5 people for the CCAs when we had talked to our actual union, because each group has a different union. So CCAs have their union, RCAs have their union, PSEs have their union, and stuff like that. But yes, we asked how they were handling COVID. They're basically, I'm not really going to go into detail about that, about my opinions on it, but I'm just going to tell you what the information that we got. So if you get COVID outside of work, you have to use your own leave in order to get off. If you contract COVID on the job, you have to prove that you contracted COVID on the job, and they will investigate to see if anybody else basically have it. But you have to prove it. For them to pay for any of your leave and stuff like that, you have to prove that you got it on the job, which I find crazy, but whatever. But yes, so that's just how that goes, and you know what, it is what it is. Once you should be saving up your time off and stuff like that, because me, I'm the type of person to save up my time off. I don't really, for this job I may need like a day off or something like that, since the way they be acting like we're gonna be, go ahead, since they be saying that we're going to be working a whole bunch. So it is what it is. But yes, labor laws, we went over labor laws and stuff like that. Labor laws says they cannot work you more than 60 hours a week. Okay, so that means you're going to be working 60 hours a week. If you want to do overtime, then I guess it's fine. But you cannot work more than 12 hours a day, 60 hours per week. All right, after your 90 days, you're able to, this is what we went over. After your 90 days, you're able to opt into someone else's route. But that's only after your 90 days, in which what that means is you hold down on somebody's route. So basically, if you're a CCA and you're just out here, you're helping, you're assisting, you're doing many routes. But if somebody goes on retirement, or they get sick, or they retire, or something like that, you can hold down, well, I wouldn't say retire, because after that, then one of the CCAs will get promoted to one of their positions. But if they're out sick or on vacation or something, you can hold down their route for however amount of time they're going to be out for. But yes, which is pretty cool. So I can't wait so I can hold down the route, and I'm doing it in my city, so I know the city a little well. I said a little well, but I know the city pretty good. Yes, so I don't feel like I'm gonna have some issues. I feel like I know where the stuff is, I just don't be knowing the streets. That's the only thing. I know exactly what areas everything is in. When you start saying streets and this street and that street and this street, if I ain't grow up on the street, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so yeah, so that's basically what we went over for orientation. And my other video will be going into Shadow Day. If you want to hear about Shadow Day, please let me know. If not, then I just will not make a video about it. It's a pretty simple day. It was pretty nice, honestly. But yeah, so that's gonna just be concluding my first video, just about, you know, the process. If you guys want a little bit more information about the process, I pretty much did not have any type of, you know, skills for this job other than customer service. But I really feel like what you put into your application is what's going to do it for you, and also your assessment, because you take an assessment and they grade you on that assessment. But whoever is going to be a CCA, RC, or going to be starting working for USPS, congratulations. And, you know, please tell me what your experience is. Again, I'm just starting out, so I'm not, you know, too privy to everything. But just let me know how it's going for y'all, and maybe I can give y'all some motivation, because I know it's gonna be a struggle. I know it is. And maybe we could just be in that struggle together, you know. But one thing that I do want to say is, you use the job, don't let the job use you. Okay, however you go in there is however you should leave. So if you go in there happy, you need to leave happy. And if certain things in there that's not making you happy, you just need to figure out how to make a difference. You get what I'm saying? So don't be stuck in certain things. And that's just, you know, some advice that I'm going to go in with, because I don't like people dictating how I feel, my mood, or anything like that. So that's really might be a challenge for me. But where they said I'm going to be at, I don't really feel like it is. I'm really kind of a good judge of character, and if I don't like your energy, I won't speak to you. So that's just how that is. But again, congratulations to everyone who was hired. And if you did put your application in, please hang in there. You will hear something. It just takes a while. From what I heard, it could take up to 3-4 months before you hear something. For me, it took 2 months. So it is to be expected. But again, congratulations, and you guys have a great day. Bye.